Well, well, color me impressed. Where'd you learn them tricks?
Ooh. A Gwent. Price of Power. Tanet. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So it was the island. So yeah, we have all the mages coming this time. Wait. Yeah, it is one time, but it doesn't specify. If you go full grid with like a couple, there is a couple of mages, right? Like Gerhardt and whatnot. Then you drop her and you get the order reset. Yeah, that's the issue. Like, it's Gerhardt. I don't know if there is like anything too powerful with order. Wait. Student at 3? I mean, the band are students, Gerhardt. The only problem is like you need to greet the patients on like Gerhardt, and then you might run into some problems. But Defender is not going anywhere from an R. And like you cannot play all the patients units in a row. You need some point slap as well here and there. So it's cute though to have an alternative to damage. What if people start playing no unit? Would play this in old shield wall? I mean, dual boys definitely improved with this. Dwim Viandra. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I don't mind. Breaks devotion in unity with most scenario procs, like aristocrats. What's the most powerful one? You get a Fang? This is like opposite of the little scenarios. And then Dwim Viandra, yeah, that's a spicy design. Getting support to scenarios. Doesn't look broken on paper, makes your deck builder even more of a challenge. You can make an argument for Skellige not caring about devotion that much. And like for elves, as you point out, you probably can run full. You're probably running full elves with this scenario, so you wouldn't mind another Waylay. But is it exciting? So instead of a 5, you play a human mage in that deck. That allows you to get extra 6 points and a body. Okay, let's go. Dwimiandra, reset scenarios to final chapter after you exhausted that, and then order ability of location reset. Let's go and look at them. Scenario. So Masquerade Ball as a scenario, you put it onto the second chapter. Surprise, surprise, it's the same as the first chapter. You get your Fang, but you are losing Devotion. And for Devotion, you are losing Usurper as a tag, and that's like catastrophic. And then you get another, you need to play 2 more Aristocrats, so yeah, definitely not a Nilfgaardian card. For monsters, second chapter is Spoon and play a Night Wrath. You are definitely overswarming. You likely don't want all those rats anyway. Just play Plague Maiden if you want to swarm with beasts and tokens. So yeah, Night Wraith. You just don't have a space for them. You are not consuming them all because that's once again too many units. So that yeah, but play Morwood support, Boon Talisman support, just Plague Maiden is your answer. You don't need more. Where is my neutral scenario? So Siege. Siege is played at the start of the round. Siege provides you with 2 siege engines. You play at least 2 more. Now you need to play extra 1. And those are probably an early round cards, not finishers. There is no, like, okay, War Elephant is like a card you play at the end. Other than that, you want the Ballista value, you want like Trebuchet, Battering Ram. You can play Siege Tower as your amazing finisher. 8 for 5. But yeah, everything else is like play me early into the round. But like extra bombardment is a lot of points. Is it viable? The sequencing of your round is bad, and War Elephant is not being played, so probably not. Feign Death. So you are not playing 1 elf body to create another elf body. Sounds awkward. And you need to keep that 1 elf in the end and anyway to proc it, plus Waylay is not really a good card to easily get value from. You need to line up something for a dead blow. No, this is closest I can come up with. Like, yeah, we discussed it. You just get another alchemy. You get your armor and whatnot payoff. You can offensive martyrdom to kill enemies Sayana, because that's the play you should be considering. So how many druids? At the moment you see like preachers being played, but they are mega slow. Hermione, this is not played from hand. And then we had Bright of the Sea, but that requires you to play a specific leader or specific sequencing. So at the moment the artist is not being played, cultists are not in the game, herbalists, priests. Okay, you can play priests in the deck if you go for armor payoff for that martyrdom anyway. You can feed Gremist, but then again, Gremist is mostly a card that you want to play in response to something, not keep it in hand as a Giri proc. Those are early game engines if you play them. This is early game engine, so you keep... Hermione is also bringing something back. So you what? You keep Bright of the Sea as your trigger. And yeah, we have Weather Makar, but once again, that's a card you want to play. Which druid are you finishing with? That's the question. Cultist druids. I mean, those are cultist druids. Do we have any more? This is cultist druid. This is not a cultist, but yeah, Melusine never made it to a big stage. It's like the problem of a Nilfgaardian scenario. You need an extra aristocrat or two to proc it, to get profit. Machines in siege engines need to be played early, so it's not great. Feign Death, you're just replacing an elf with an ability to play another elf, which I find awkward because you're not getting your Isengrim and Yavin value from that card, so you are losing something to gain something. Gedi is the closest you get into a good usage of that card, but once again, if she was a druid, not mage, maybe she procs immediately. Somehow that would have been cute. And then we have Passy, who spawns a Sly Seductress. So your Passy Flurry becomes a long crowned card that overswarms with Sly Seductresses. You break Devotion, but Syndicate... I mean, Sunset Wanderer in the game, we're not discussing who will break Devotion for what. Anyone can break Devotion if needed. And now locations. Okay, so Salamander Hideout and transferring of poisons is something to consider. But then like 5 provision Syndicate card needs to be replaced with this. Sure, there is some reasoning behind that, but without the brother duo. Wait, don't you make like more copies of it and then you play Salamando? Sounds broken, if you ask me. Okay, next location. Hein Kaduch. Healing. So as it was pointed out, yeah, with the resilience on locations, it might be like reused for healing in the same round as you drop it. It's kind of awkward to get double heal value because you'd need to play a new cards around it to heal in the most times. Totem Bean location is not that important. Hi Scoop. Making a cup of coffee. I see. How is Brawling going? Did you get to 1000? So yeah, Totem being clickable once again, probably not like... Self-Wood is not an archetype we should be discussing. Stiger Castle and moving 3 allied units to the other row. If you play full movement deck, that's good. Just play Fanatics from hand. Yeah. Double brigade and double sentinel with double sentinel. Yeah, you only need like at 5 things sticking around to make that a viable play. But this is potentially like an interesting one to take a value from. Don't think it's card that is bringing back movement. What killed movement anyway? What made movement from the broken faction and broken deck in December on release? Lack of points. How did they have points before? Matt killed? Okay, Carceran allows you to hand buff a unit by 3. Archgriffin support. Here we come. And I mean, you can buff even more with the trio being in deck. You play double mentor, you play reinforcements, you play double hand buff from those on Carceran. It's cute, but you're not playing Witcher. And you're supposed to be playing Witchers in Witcher deck. Gertrude Gwent allows you to put another card on the top, so your Cantarella and COUP never felt better. You can also just Cloak. Cloak is playing like shit cards anyway, occasionally. At least it was playing before Blightmaker made an appearance. Now it's probably, I didn't... I'm not sure what this renew cloak is, but it is 5 provisions, that's the problem. It's not a free slot that you can like replay something with, and with Blightmakers at 6 provisions, it's another expensive inclusion. 4 provisions you probably can like find some reasoning behind. 5B requires you to pay. Well, Cloak definitely plays them. Instead of what? Also, I guess it depends on which Cloak, but Cloak without renew is not Cloak. That's not Cloak support. Yeah. I don't know, I'm hesitant of Putin definitely. It's the same as coated weapon. Not exactly, you need something in the graveyard already. Do you have enough graveyard? Stuff to put back into the deck? Like, coated weapon takes from the board and cloaks. You need stuff in the graveyard available. Yeah, it also removes a body that can be interacted with for boosting, and that can be like an engine of sorts. Yeah, the card is shit, I'm not arguing. Yeah, but even like if we are... You're arguing that Cloak definitely plays it. I do not agree with the definitely in it. And for monsters, it's 2 extra drones plus the highest moved card on the top of your deck. So you can play that Imlerate for crazy amount of value. I'm interested, will we see some new location, expansion, neutral section? I'm not sure we'll see any locations, but like Tanet Island could have been a location. It's weird that you're playing island, but like playing locations is weird anyway. Just rework Imlerit already? No. Imlerit. Draw a card, then discard a card. If it discarded card, a unit boosts self by its power. I mean, it's crazy. You get 2 drones for free as well, besides like setting up your Imlerit twice. And then we have neutral locations. Transform special to same provision cost unit, same faction. You don't have that many specials. And armory with 3 armor. Questionable as well. Probably just use faction location if you're into that sort of thing. Their problem is also that they do not synergize with scenarios like at all and locations, so it's just a card that has no backup support for like stuff you're working on. So yeah, that's the card we've seen. And then we've seen Arituza Student. It's an antonym to ban art student. Gain the boost counter instead of damage counter. Helps you to try and save your engines. Like, get that going round 1. If it sticks, round 3 you can either provide some extra buffs to your NC, or you can, if it didn't grow that much, you can put your engine out of immediate danger, but also not really keep it like medium size, not too tall, not too high. It's range locked as well. But in Gwent, damage is usually more important than buff, so will she replace will Arituza replace Banart? I'm not entirely sure, but like they are pretty similar. And yeah, the most hyped card, TISSAIA. So we got Riens into the game, now we get TISSAIA. What next? Are you telling me we'll get Rien free at one moment? Summon in Circle a Glaze, I see. I like this thing in Hippo. Reset order of all mages, but those are all mages that you greeted for that TISSAIA turn, so it's not every mage on the board. Some of them potentially are, like Margarita is being played not for value on a card, she's being played for lock. So are you really throwing Locker onto the board? Of course she has like this order ability, so are you risking her being removed and not locking something important? Probably not. Casting content for contest for 12. Yeah, you also are not replaying Pact, so that's not guaranteed casting or Alzur. Awkward. And are you really greeding it further? Most likely not. We'll need to see the epic mage as well to make the judgment. Just Bandart student with 5 is good. Yeah, that something like Spellweaver if you go full mages, or Sheila with Banart student, of course, and that's enough. Yes, it's meant for all patience engines. Yeah, the mages. Mage. Those are neutrals and there is no ordering, right? Yeah. So you definitely want those and the Aretusa students on the board for that. I still don't believe in Sintra and Spellweaver deck, so most likely we're not dealing with those, but those are definitely getting into the under the discussion for like extra pointage. Like you can play Sheila. And then there is like Ildiko and Istred that you can consider, but Istred haven't seen any game time, and Ildiko for 9 provisions. Good luck. And yeah, Gerhardt is making you sequencing. You need to play Gerhardt. Greed it. You need to play TISSAIA after you use that for 5 provisions. Asking for a bit too much. It's awkward, you need full provision cards on board. Yeah, but like you don't want the Barnard student most likely gets locked or removed though if it's coming from Shani. My bet is the epic for NR is, unless they are doing epic locations, and previous locations were legendaries anyway, so most likely not. The mage, the epic one that we'll get for the faction, gonna be an order one. Yeah, Ildiko is a mage. The trailer to watch once again. Planet COUP is incoming. Wow. Very happy to see like recognizable characters in the game.